Hey, this is a reading for the Leos. So, Leos, at this time, I'm going to be pulling a 10 card Celtic cross for you guys, seeing what's up with your energy, and then I will clarify that spread for you. And I will pull from the Psychic Tarot, and then I will also pull from the Cosmic Insights and the Love Oracle, What's the Tea, True Emotional, and close with a Moonology Oracle for you guys. So we are in Aries season, your fellow fire sign, cousin. Judgment is first card down for Leos. Now this is a Plutonian energy, Pluto. And it's a really strong, powerful energy. This right here is a Sun in Aries energy. So it's bang on the money for where we're at cosmically in the universe currently. All right, you just got a stack that fell out here. All right, let's see how many have come out. Hold on a second while I fix this. So King of Pentacles. So this is Three of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. Wow, the exact amount. And then the Ten of Cups here as a potential outcome. So right away from looking at what's come out here, I have a feeling that this energy has to do with your home life, based upon what's on your mind. This is your crowning position, and Four of Wands is all about your home life. It could also represent celebration, but it's with your familiars. And the Ten of Cups is a potential outcome. This is about happily living in your comfortability with family and whoever you equate as being your innermost circle, your family. So you're coming in here with Judgment. Now this is really about, it's a Pluto energy like I mentioned, and it's all about discernment. It's hearing the call of the angels, of what guides you, of what pulls you instinctively and intuitively. And it's about decisions, deciding. Three of Wands in your challenge position is the Sun in Aries energy. This is all about waiting and seeing what comes in for you based upon the efforts you put forth. So they usually say that this person is waiting for their ships to come in because they had, put them out and now they're waiting for their return. So it's a card that represents waiting, and that's your challenge position. At your foundation here is a King of Pentacles. This is great because this is about being successful, being wealthy, astute in financial matters. On the negative polarity of this card, it could mean being stubborn and rigid, maybe set in your ways, because every card has positive and negative polarities. And so crowning you, what's most on your mind is a successful, celebratory family togetherment, coming together and being joyous. That's what the Four of Wands stands for, as well as like 1111 with counterparts. In your recent past that's still influencing you is this Page of Pentacles. So there was an offer made either to you or from you in a tangible earth element fashion, meaning it's physical. It's something you can touch, feel, smell, see, because it's earth element. It's practical, it's tangible. And it's an offer because it's from a page, and that's the beginning of something. And everything begins with this. So it's not just because pages are seen as small, everything begins with that. So it is indicative of something very meaningful. And in your incoming energy, you've got the Two of Pentacles, which represents juggling. Obviously, we can see from the way the card is illustrated itself how it looks, but it's also about keeping all your hats on, like all your different responsibilities. the different things that you must do, your responsibilities, your commitments, keeping them all going and showing up for your commitments and balancing all the things that you have to do and keeping that going. And that's no easy feat. And the hat being really long here expresses that there's a lot of intelligence that goes into keeping that going. And another descriptive of you at this time, Leo, is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is not, she doesn't show her emotions very, very much. She's more logical, but she's so smart, so hyper aware, and fiercely protects those she loves. Some can see this as like a divorcee or a widower or somebody that, you know, isn't in a relationship. But I don't ever see the Queen of Swords that way. I've always seen her as very intellectual, very having a wide prowess with her words and just being very wise and very able to communicate what's going on and being able to talk to a lot of other people easily. And in your environment is this Knight of Pentacle energy. This is a very slow knight because this particular knight takes their time to survey the land and to really get a proper understanding of what's surrounding them before going forward. So slow and steady wins the race here. And that's in your environment. So there's some sort of slowness. However, it's very, again, hyper aware and very informative with their surroundings. It could be personified for some of you, like as an actual earth sign person that is in your environment, that is influencing you. That would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Okay, and in your hopes and fears is the Page of Wands. So there's a beginning and some form of communication, because this Page of Wands represents having communication come in. So there's some form of communication from somebody that you're hoping and fearing at the same time. Maybe it's somebody that you extended an offer to and you're still waiting to hear back from that person, and that's got you, you know, a little anxious here. But a potential outcome is the Ten of Cups, which is very abundant, very happy, and, you know, it's a good home life. That's what that Ten of Cups stands for. So now I'm going to clarify some of these. Let's start with the Three of Wands at the challenge position for Leos. Show me more about this Three of Wands, please. The High Priestess and the Death card with Scorpio energy. Okay, so yeah, your intuition is highly highlighted here, highly highlighted. Your intuition is very much used in this waiting aspect, because the High Priestess is all about that inner world, your inner voice, your instincts, what you can gather from others without words. So there's some sort of, there's a layer of secrets too, because the High Priestess doesn't tell all. So there's a element of secretive energy as well. Maybe you're not showing your full hand, or somebody isn't telling you all. I don't know exactly, but with this Death card energy, there's a definite ending and beginning. There's some sort of release and rebirth being highlighted with this Three of Wands energy for you. All right, show me the Page of Pentacles. Show me more on the Page of Pentacles. That is way too many. Show me the more on Page of Pentacles, please, for Leo. Okay, so this is the Devil. So there's some form of obsessiveness here. Chariot underlying that, Cancerian energy, it's forward movement. The devil is always about, attachment to something toxic. Let me get some more on this Page of Pentacles. What's the Ace of Swords reversed? And I'm holding these cards upright. So for them to come out reversed, they're meaning to. So I feel like something to do with the past, some sort of offer has deceptive qualities to it. And that's what I even was saying here with the secretiveness of this energy. That's why it came to my mind, because the Ace of Swords reversed is deceptive, and the devil is always about something obsessive, attachment, something that brings toxicity. And here, I just want you to see the Hierophant is underlying that Ace of Swords reversed. And look at the bottom of your other deck, when I did your first spread, is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about up-leveling relationships, going to a higher commitment in a relationship. So I feel like it's also about belief structures and tradition. I don't know, it just seems like with the Four of Wands here and the Ten of Cups and then the two Hierophants, it really feels like it has to do with a relationship here that is really coming into some sort of transformation here. And possibly you don't know the whole story, and there's some form of somebody's holding back. That could be you, or it could be both parties or the other party. I don't know. Let's see this incoming energy with the Two of Pentacles. What's that about? Why are these coming out upside down? Six of Swords. So Six of Swords upright is about going to a less stress-filled environment. And wow. So when it's reversed, that kind of tells me that there's not a lot of forward movement in the journey to a less stress-filled place. Then the Seven of Swords underlying that, the Seven of Swords is another deceptive energy. It's all about, keeping things from somebody, not being truthful, not telling the whole story. And then the Ten of Swords here is an ending. So, I don't know, man. It's hard to decipher the true meaning of all of this, but let's just say that the Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Swords and then the Seven of Swords, and that tells me that Six of Swords reversed. So that's about not moving away from a stress-filled experience or environment. All right, let's clarify this Page of Wands. Well, all right, so the Page of Wands is clarified by the Page of Wands. I love it when that happens. So two pages, Page of Wands, Page of Wands. I love that. It's like the universe is like, I said what I said. And the Ace of Wands, okay? Wow. So the Page of Wands is clarified by the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And then here you are at the bottom of the deck, Strength card. So the Aces are all about beginnings, and it feels to me like there's some sort of communication, and it has to do with some passion, because the Ace of Wands is about passion ignited. Could be about sexuality, an intimate relationship. And it's very much heightened awareness. And yeah, so there has to do with, like I said, like a relationship here. It's what it really feels like for you. Some sort of relationship that you're going through at this time. That's what this feels like to me. And then there you are underlying these energies here with the Strength card. All right, so show me for the Leos. Whoa, went all the way on the floor. So you've got awareness here. That's the Magician. And prosperity begins. So you got 2 ones, 1 and 1. And so I love this because there's a definite beginning here by you becoming aware of things. This is the third eye all lit up in the crown chakra. And, you know, you came in as judgment over here, and then you've got the High Priestess. That's being really in tune with the truth of the matter. And see how the 2 hands are holding each other. So there's a real potential for there to be peace restored and a brand new beginning for you guys, with prosperity beginning. And 1 and 1, that lines up with this 4 of Wands energy, 1 1 1 1, you know. And bottom of the deck says fulfillment of wishes. So that's the 9 of Cups. That's the wish fulfillment card, exactly. So this looks really positive, especially with the potential outcome of the 9 of Cups here. So whatever the deceit may be, you know, sometimes deceit is just somebody holding back and not telling the entirety because of different reasons. So it's really hard to mitigate or judge that from an outside position. So rely heavily on your inner voice and your intuition at this time, Leo. It's going to grant you much awareness and much insight. So let's get some cosmic insight. Speaking of insights for the Leos. Are there any messages in here for Leo? Well, I'd say some pregnancy for some of you, sexuality, and pets. So somebody is still figuring themselves out. Somebody might be expecting and getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Wow. So take those messages as they resonate. But look, at the bottom of the deck is intuition. Yeah, the red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. Alrighty. Let's get some true emotional for Leo. Psycho, crazed, ex, obsessed, won't let go. We've got sex addiction, praying, faith, healing, and meditation, and then Jezebel. Damn. With shocking news. Okay. Take the messages as they resonate, but maybe, you know, with that incoming energy, possibly some of you, there's a third party going on. I don't know, because that 2 of Pentacles sometimes can represent juggling, you know, like of people. I didn't say that because, you know, I wasn't picking that up at the time, but I just felt that. So then we've got boss daddy, stable, rich business owner, CEO, big, you know, big dick energy. And that definitely showed up with you with the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in your foundation points. Oh no. Caught a case. That's never good. Sexual infection, sexual disease, rash, etc. So be careful of that, especially with Jezebel and sex addiction here. And then you've got creativity, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of you. And girl fight, a argument, physical fight, at war, and competing. And then at the bottom of the deck is creeping. Yeah. Okay. So take the messages as they resonate, but it's looking pretty intense. What's in Leo's energy? Ice Queen, and you got the ice, I'm sorry, you got the Queen of Swords right here. It's like the same energy. Wow. Divorcee, mother, and discernment. and brunette female. Darker hair, intense, focused. What else is in Leo's energy? Mature woman. Socialite, connector, high society. Spiritual awakening came out. So learning, expanding of your soul. And then twin flame has come out for you. Spiritual alignment, effortless, and karmic. And then blonde female underlying that. So an open relationship. Okay. So let's find the moon. Oh yeah, the Moonology to close your reading here. Show me for the Leos. Okay, you got 2. The energy is gaining momentum, and step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. The North Node's all about our destiny. So during the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work. You're not quite there yet. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. So, the situation is very much full of potential. And then the North Node. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? And the mantra is, I know I'm headed in the right direction. So, cool. I don't know. I really hope these messages helped, Leo. Take care, guys. Till the next one.